not voice live. We're not. We're
Okay,
not.
we are
we're
now,
not
so
heard.
fuck you guys.
Oh well.
Yeah, this is
Fuck you
the random disembodied voices before it fades into actual gameplay. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I was not
officially-
waiting.
I
I was
hate
waiting.
it.
We're sitting around.
I've officially put on the Unix playlist.
Nice.
Let's go.
What's the next 3 songs on that playlist?
The next 3 songs.
So you have that. Wait, I can't sing that.
A Doja Cat song, and then Megan Thee Stallion, and then this really obscure song that doesn't really. It took me so long to find it on the internet
No,
because I heard it like once, and then I was
Don't
like,
gatekeep.
"Oh my god,
Drop
I
it.
need to drop it."
Drop it. Don't gatekeep.
Why not?
Let them gatekeep if they want
Rocks fall and
to.
you all die if you don't. I don't know what you want me from me.
Actually, it's not even gatekept from Uzince because you have the link to the playlist.
Wait, do I?
Yes, it's in the backstory document. It's like at the top.
Oh shit! No, you're right.
I didn't get water. I got
Immediately
eating
found
an
it.
apple.
It's the one that's called Nighttime, I think is what the title of it.
God, there's so much just me and Luna's chat is for the most part incoherent. I will say
I
that.
feel like the same can be said for any of us.
Okay,
I'm the most
okay.
coherent person on earth, actually.
I'm immediately gonna.
I
Wait.
fucking don't believe you.
So, okay. This was the chat sent after last week's game. It was. It
why?
wasn't even last week's game. It was the day after, I think.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I was saying he was my Blorbo, but I meant that Melchek had baby girl energy. I've spoken my truth. Thanks.
I had to let you
does
know.
that
I had to let you
mean?
know I had to correct myself.
I had to literally be like, "Hey, Luna, define that, please."
Please, no.
Like,
All right, guys, welcome to our hot tub Twitch stream.
Look, I was like, Melchick is like, and I was trying to say what the word was.
and
I was
then you're like,
oh.
"Oh, I know this." Overlays are hard, guys. We also are.
I was like,
lying
oh my god,
in
wait,
every
he's
way.
baby
Can
girl.
you
That's what
tag
it
this
was.
Twitch stream under hot tub.
Look,
We'd have to get like
I have a hot tub. I
PN
can bring my laptop on the edge.
That would be insane.
I was all gonna say
The
is like for
whole
Here's the
game.
thing,
My
here's the thing,
notes
no.
are like hanging from the gazebo.
Yeah, it's like because I don't have access to a hot tub, or at least not like that's not in a public place. So like it's just you
Mhm.
in
we
a
just
hot
need a
tub, and everyone
PNG of a
else
hot tub
normal.
and us.
It's no,
our
it's
little,
just me. Everyone else is sitting down at desks. Only I'm in the hot tub.
I'm standing because I like doing that.
Hi, stream. We're here.
Hi.
Zinz did put me on full blast.
I did put
and
you on
I don't
full
know
blast,
about that.
and I said, look, I made a statement, and you called me out on that statement, and you acted like I wasn't gonna pull up the receipts. You're like, no, and I'm like, no, look, I'm going to, and I also forgot, like, there was a full reaction image in between those 2 messages. Like,
Yeah.
intros.
No, let's start.
No.
What's up, everybody? I'm Cold. I play Alice Star. I sell. Let's see.
You gotta pull
I
up
had
the
like
sources.
I had like 2 weeks to think about it. Just didn't think of a new one. You know what? I sell Happy Gummies.
Sure. Flintstone gummies.
Sounds good.
Flintstones, you gotta get your daily vitamin in.
Exactly.
Also known as a fucking lie sold to you by the health and wellness companies.
Do not get me started. I'm writing a paper on it. Anywho, next.
I'm Ix. I play Gregor, the one-armed man. That's it.
That's the only
Hello.
thing
Does he
that
have a
people
lot
of
recognize about him.
Fights, man?
As far as people know, because technically only Ben really knows, because I don't think we've had a group chat about our
Yeah, you
backstories.
never brought it
No,
up.
we've never done that. Because why
Nope.
would we do that? We're all
I don't think
criminals.
Ben doesn't even know either. He kind of knows. He has a memory of Gregor in the past, but like
Yeah, but then he's
Not
like
technically Gregor.
he has
That's
the guy that looks
memory
kind of
Gregor's-
like
of a
Gregor,
man
who's
with
maybe Gregor,
Gregor's
maybe not.
face.
You met someone wearing Gregor's skin.
Okay.
Hey, could you
Hi
be
guys.
Gregor's grandfather, grandparent of some generation?
Yeah.
Yes, his grandfather Gregorovich.
Okay, I know I
Gregorovich.
do that with my names a lot, where I'm like, yeah, it's the same name, only I put a suffix on it.
Gregorovich.
No,
Hello.
okay.
I
You
I'm Luna.
you
I
intro.
play
We'll
Eunice.
wait till the end of intros and then I'll say it.
yeah, do that. I'm Luna. I play Eunice, and there's a I don't know. I made Gregor a fake prosthetic.
Let's go.
And you have a grappling hook now.
I also since put me on full blast, I also have a baby girl.
A what?
A baby
We
girl.
have-
A baby girl man loser.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, who's next? Come on.
We're lost.
Okay, ignore
Oh.
me. Intro.
Mariana. I play Lyle. She's fucking crazy and tried to stab a fish last time.
Tried
How
to.
did I
What a
miss?
fish?
So,
Stab.
there was a
Oh,
case
okay.
file that I
Yes.
didn't stream.
Yeah, that's not on the internet yet.
Yeah, we had some tech
It's not.
difficulties.
Congratulations.
We'll
It's
get
in our
context in
hearts.
the next 3 to 4 hours when it uploads. All right.
I love sowing discourse.
What
Me when I
discourse?
spread misinformation online.
Me when I
You and I
spread
lie?
misinformation online.
You and I lie.
And last but not
Oh, I'm
least,
not lying. Just talking about something that hasn't happened yet.
All right, and I am Minty. I am not playing Mario Kart right now, and I play Ben.
real.
I don't
You're not
believe
playing
you.
Mario Kart. You're playing Ben.
Ooh.
Vince.
Yeah, I'm Zins. If you couldn't tell, and we also have all our names very very like clearly plastered too, like on the overlay.
Just in case you can't
got
see
the
it.
Just in case
duh.
you can't see
No,
it, you know. I am Zins. I am
God. And not just the god of the game, he's actual god.
I am.
Yes, today he admitted to ascending.
I did. No, that is a quote. That is a direct quote. I
I'm sorry.
regret nothing,
I'm
and I
sorry.
stand by my statement.
There's a guy in the room that I'm usually in when we stream, and every so often I just hear like a banging sound,
Cool.
and I
Odd.
don't know what it is because it's like a billiards room, but like
Okay.
it
I'm-
doesn't sound like billiards.
I'm getting flashback to BG3, but you know,
What is
That's just me.
BG3?
Baldur's Gate.
Game of the year.
Oh,
Are you
Did
talking about
know?
that one scene where they open up the barn and it's
exactly.
Oh,
Oh, the
no.
barn, the
And
barn
what?
scene.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to know, Luna.
We're not gonna
You
tell
don't
you.
want to know.
Tell me.
In fact, we're
How
gonna
did I
start
know
the intro.
that was
So,
exactly what you
No.
were going to say?
Why would you do this to me?
Just look up BG3 opening doors barn scene if you really want to know. Just
Yes, I do.
do not do
You're
it
gonna be
this second.
scarred.
I beg you.
yeah, not this second.
Why not?
Not even for not. Look, it's not that horrible. It's mainly just because we were so close to getting this intro done. We were so close to actually playing
react.
the game.
I
we're
won't
here to
react. I
play.
won't react. Just continue. I won't react. I swear to God. I swear to God, I won't react.
So,
She says that now.
I did so poorly on that race, and I somehow got first place still.
we are going to open up our game. 3 days
Oh,
after the. Yep, 3 days. I had to double check math. Hey, 3 plus 3 is 6. If you didn't know.
Let's go.
3 days after
we're
we
making
left
that in
our
our math
party.
class after this one, boys.
3 days after we left
Oh my
our
gosh,
party,
dude.
back at the community center of the Nagaro Dragons. In the meantime,
what?
we have had a
What the hell did I miss?
Yeah. Oh shit! I should recap it then. Yeah. So last session that it was public, we had our party look into the witch hunt nearby on Bridgeton. There was a significant unnatural occurrence happening at the Nagaro Dragons Community Center on Bridgeton. Our party responded to the danger, let's say, and made their way
All the
into
response.
eliminating and out of the area. Not without consequences, as we had significant injuries over to Alistar.
Really?
Yeah, it was not great. We are going to gather back up as we recuperate back in Cressida's apartments. All of you are here today. We are doing our downtime session, so we're preparing, we're healing up, we're doing anything we want to do. And today, Colavan 56.
Was Ben?
Ben was not there. Don't worry. Ben is okay. He's vibing. Today is Aqquar's New Year's Eve. So tomorrow is going to be 1480. With that, I will open our floor to our party. Where do we think we are at in the apartments? What are we doing on just, let's say it's like good 11, 12 in the morning. So still quite, I as a university student consider it early. It's fully midday.
Honestly, yes, I agree. Also, as a person.
And so, for reference, Alistar, because you might need to know this information. Because I've chopped down your harm to only level 2 now, you can still walk and do everything by yourself. So you are not quite bedridden.
I was about to ask. I'm pretty sure I'm still bedridden.
You do have a -1 dice to anything that requires your spine.
Great.
Right.
That's lovely.
Yeah, right?
That's
Walk-
lovely.
Oh, everything.
Hey, you can do some brain stuff without your spine. You could think.
You really can't because they're still attached.
Okay, alright. You don't have a brain injury. You have a fracture in one of your vertebrae.
Alright, so I'm gonna
You
switch
don't have a
the
brain
damage.
injury.
So, where
Spine
are we at?
fracture.
How are we doing at this point?
Well, if nobody goes, I had an idea of what I was gonna do. Wait, are we doing downtime stuff?
Yep, downtime session. So we're just role playing,
Alright.
getting some stuff done before our next.
Do we have
big
a
outing.
number?
Sorry.
Are we doing a certain number of downtime actions?
Basically, until I tell you that's enough. We're being loosey goosey with them.
Cool.
Let's go, Lucy Goosey.
Loosey goosey.
Okay. Alistar wants to go speak to fuck. What was her name? Marina. Alistar is gonna go talk to Marina.
Let me. He
That's
was
priestess
the
lady.
businesswoman we met in session 1, right?
No, priestess lady.
Your
The lady that I
friend.
have an issue with. Yes,
Yes. So,
the the ones that I have a down arrow on for my
yes.
associate.
So your enemy currently, your rival. Um so Marina, she ran the orphanage, correct?
A church mostly. There is a potential orphanage attached to it.
So, um yeah, as we walk up, um there's not a lot of churches in Lionsbrook. Something
I
that
wonder why.
yeah. Um partially because the gods are dead and we killed them. Um also partially
I
because
didn't do shit.
Also, partially because they take a lot of money and a lot of space to build, at least build properly. This is probably one of three in the city. As Alistar, you are walking. Do you have any kind of mobility aid you're going up with, like a makeshift cane or anything, or are you just kind of limping as you go?
I have a kid if you need one.
I will just force my way through it.
Cool. So you're forcing your way through the pain. Um, Currently, there's a service going on, as there is a funeral / regular service. Um, I'll give it to you right now. What god, if any actual god, do you think Marina serves?
Loath. Loth?
Probably whichever one just life is, or whatever the one that embodies the most like good. Whatever the one that is pretty much against poisoning yourself. That's probably why we have an issue.
So you're enemies with a kind old woman. Okay.
We're not enemies. We just disagree on philosophies.
That sounds like enemies to me.
You walk up. This is a church of Elater, which is a very old, originally an elvish god that was co-opted for a kind of like general life and healing god. Kind of symbol of a large kind of quarterstaff baton, with the top half being this one massive palm leaf. You walk into this church. It takes a little bit to get up the steps. You grab to the railing quite heavily, and as you make your way in, you immediately upon opening the doors hear a hymn going on, as there is a kind of sacrificial service going on. At the front of the altar is Marina, just kind of currently going over what looks like bits of food that the congregation has brought in. You see like a bowl of leftover chili. There's a couple loaves of bread that were from a local bakery. And it was just kind of going over and speaking in Elvish at this point. Fully, like, very Latin-esque only practices in Catholic churches.
I know that language.
Yeah. So,
I wonder why.
as you walk into this quite large church, very high vaulted ceilings, there's stained glass of different pictures of natural beasts. Others are just general images, kind of like forests. You see one that's this massive Mount Fuji-esque mountain with a lot of little tiny sprinklings of villages and woods. What is your immediate reaction upon being in this space?
A deep sigh, just and then just I'm gonna go sit in the back pew until the service is over so I can talk to her.
Yeah, the service completes. There was a also partial funeral procession here. So there's a couple words said about a you can't remember, like, it's one of those names that's so generic you can't care to remember it.
Alistar wasn't paying attention. It's fine.
Yeah, they were a steel mill worker that was killed on the job.
Makes sense.
And at the end of the service, you just sit in the pew still.
Okay. Once I see people start filing out of the church, I'm gonna go out and around to avoid the people that are leaving, and I'm gonna approach Marina.
I'm going to ask you to make any sort of check you would like here before you initiate conversation. And I want you to keep in mind what you want to get out of this conversation when you choose what skill you want.
I guess I'm gonna just go for a sway,
All right.
and I will. Already hurting, but I'm gonna take some stress
You want
to
this
get
to
an
go
extra
good.
die. We'll see how it goes. So I'm guessing risky standard.
Yep, risky standard. This woman poses no threat to you, as you can understand. Currently.
Nice. That's a 2.
So you approach her. How do you approach her? What's your body language as you walk up to her?
Limping and hurt. That's the only body language I can make right now.
Yeah, she kind of turns to you, closes the book of hymns she was reading from. Hard
Yeah, now that I
life's
think about
catching up to you, isn't it?
it. Alistar can't even crack his neck in this situation.
Not without pulling something, probably.
It's like, yeah, you can call it that. Uh, but this was a bad choice to try and help somebody.
if I had a crow. So why do you come here? If I know anything about you, you're pragmatic. So what brings you here?
New what actually before I continue, were there any news about the witch hunt afterward? Did any
Um,
specifics come out in the paper?
from what you know, um, there was a report. It was nowhere near front page. It seems like it was more or less buried. Basically just saying wardens investigated on the bridge. Community center found. You see the word empty. They did not describe the bodies. They did not describe any sort of possession.
Of course they didn't. Okay. Um,
Why would they?
so I just straight up tell her, I I don't know if you read about the witch hunt, but a kid died.
In that community center, many did.
Yeah. But the kid that died was experimented on. They, all of them, none of them had to die.
Nobody has to die, Alistair. We, I know that people matter. And sometimes I can't say the same for what you know. I'm not going to assume your beliefs at any point, frankly. Tragedies are tragedies because they can always be avoided. If things simply happen because there was no other way, that's not a tragedy. Everything has its path, and things stray from it.
But someone being experimented on is exactly someone straying from their path. But I'm not
Forcibly
here
pushed.
to talk about our differences in opinion on that. What I came here to talk about is act. I doubt you're gonna take me up on this. I want to help your orphanage. I want to help bring more of the abandoned to a place where they can call home. Because there are a lot of us.
I understand why you would want to, especially from what you describe. You don't have to tell me much more than that you were there. You're going through things, and that's okay. The abandoned are numerous in the city, more than anyone outside this church cares to count. We could only take so much. There's only so many volunteers, so many donations. I appreciate everything you want to do for us. There comes a point when there are too many in need for us to help. We are but one congregation in a sea of uncaring.
But what if I can help you get volunteers? I can help you get facility, and I can help you get income.
That's where you're gonna pull. That's as much as I would like to say there's no place here for any sort of ill-gotten gains. Our treasuries are lacking. So I'm in a position, you've put me here, where I either go against my own beliefs and the beliefs of a later and help as many as I can, or I can kick you out of this church. And I hope
You
you
do what you
understand
have to
the
do.
position I'm in.
You do what you have to do. I know I'm asking something ludicrous.
Very. I'll tell you what. You can leave the church if I see any sort of cash that I cannot prove has tainted methods on it. I will put it to as best use as I can.
Easy. And I'll see. All right. That that's enough for now.
I assumed you didn't want a confession here too. and she kind of like straightens out the very kind of like deep purple vestments of the priests of Elater. Kind of like collar goes up to the chin. Straightens it out. Also, describe physically what Marina looks like.
You know what? Never thought about it. But just because, actually, you know what? Okay, so she is, we'll say, bronze skinned as well. She's looking mostly elvish because she has like the pointy ears, so she might be an elf or a half elf. Alistar wouldn't know. He just knows pointy ears, usually an elf. And the weird thing about her is that her, I want to say, irises. I'm pretty sure it's irises. I could be wrong. They're gold.
She straightens out her robe. Looks you in the eyes. I genuinely hope you find your path again, Alistar.
And to her comment about confession, confessions are for those that have something to repent. I don't. And I start limping out of the church.
I'm afraid that was the answer.
Yes, you do.
So, as you leave the church, we are going to move back to anyone else. Do we have anything pressing we want to deal with?
Can I, as part of a downtime action,
Mhm.
can I get some heat off us? Because I know we might not have a lot, but I would like to get that down even
Yeah,
more.
absolutely. How are you going to do so?
I forgot to open Roll20, so it is just opening. Give me a minute.
No, so
It's
I'm
loading.
literally just asking, what scene are we about to play?
Question.
Oh, we lost someone
Oh.
and then we gained them again. Ah, no, fuck. The technical difficulties, the overlay did some shit.
Yay! Digital fuckery.
Digital fuckery.
Question, real quick.
Yep.
Did anyone else besides Alistar get any sort of injury, like
Physical injury.
Sorry.
No.
I just realized I was.
So like, if Ben saw anybody else, he wouldn't come to the conclusion that they all got into a fight or anything.
Nope.
Alrighty.
Okay, wait. Is Mariana Discord okay?
No, she's not here anymore.
Okay, that was just general BRB. Okay. Yeah. So.
Yo, my Discord.
I hate how finicky this OBS is. For reference. For reference, the way we do our webcams here is we physically like do a Discord call with video and then are like, hey, we're gonna just screen cap the Discord. It is the most heinous crime that I think I've ever seen committed, that this is what has to happen.
Okay.
No, OBS, great for recording. Like, it is a really good software. It's just ass when it comes to like locking in things in place.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically for screen
welcome
recording.
back.
Hello.
I did look up the the Baldur's Gate thing. I was
Yeah.
to have the whole time.
Yeah.
Is that why you muted this?
No, I did. You were like, "Don't look it up now," and I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm looking it up now." And I was holding my laughter that whole time.
Simulate.
What a scene.
I almost got it back to good.
What am I opening? Oh.
I'm
Uh,
back.
So I realized when
Oh my.
So Gregor,
whenever
how get heat off?
Did you just say Gregory or Gregor?
Gregor.
mainly I'm wondering if it can work out to just kind of start somehow. I don't know how exactly that works right this moment, but I want to kind of start a rumor. It's like, yeah, I heard they were doing some private investigating stuff and it went bad. Like people
Mm.
got aggressive towards them. Like just start that kind of ideology. I don't know how to say that.
No, yeah.
Mail.
But just kind of plant the seed of like, oh yeah, they were trying to do something not as bad, and people got aggressive, and they were just protecting themselves. Like, just
Give-
start that rumor.
Yeah, give me whatever role you think is necessary. Where are you spreading this rumor? And this will decide what position and effect this is going to be.
We don't really have to worry about Bridgeton, so I'd say not there.
Probably, if I could figure out where kind of like a big rumor mill is, probably like a pub or a bar or something. Just to,
Yeah,
like,
so you're either looking at the Heart or Midton, definitely.
Sorry, one thing about the D&D Beyond or what is this? Roll 20. Oh my god.
Real.
The Heart or Midton?
Mhm.
Where did our heists take place? Bridgerton or Bridgeton?
So our last heist was in the
Midton.
Quarter. That was our last big one when we
No point in starting rumors there. We're poor and they don't
yeah.
like
Yeah.
us.
Just trying to think.
Basically, who's your audience?
It's the only reason I'm having issue is like, do I want to start it somewhere where it's like a lot of the main heat of us, or is it just because I know it's like the entire city, of course, or do I want to start it somewhere where it's like a bit farther away, where maybe it's not as important to them? So I think I'm gonna go Midton,
Cool.
and I want to try and keep a low profile, of course, for
So
now.
are we calling that a prowl?
I'm just trying to get my thing back. Hang on.
Fun fact also, if you double click the top banner that says your name on the Roll20 character sheet, it minimizes.
Double click what?
Like if you have your character sheet, right?
Yeah.
At the
Yeah,
very top,
if
that
you open
white
it-
bar.
Yeah, like minimize.
Oh,
it.
That's the only way I
good.
managed to fight with so many different stat blocks. If that didn't exist, I would kill myself.
Yeah.
In game Twitch, in game.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Yeah, I think Prowl or
In Minecraft, I would jump off a ledge in Darktide. Light myself on fire in Terraria.
See, I have nothing in Resolve, which is actually pissing me off. And I did it this way. This
You
was
can try
my
and do a
doing, but I'm
different
pissed
skill
off.
if
You
you
made the
want.
character.
Yes,
No,
I can.
I'm
I
gonna
can
defend
permission to
Gregor here.
survey.
Gregor is big, strong man, and that's all we need to know.
Start training.
It's pissing me off.
Start
You made the
training.
character, man.
It was my
Hey,
doing.
You're
Doesn't mean I
not
can't be
talking
mad at my own
about it.
doing.
It's me and Ben.
Not saying that.
You're right, but like, come on.
You are not talking.
Would it
That
count
is
as-
me and Ben.
Would it count as survey if I'm trying to survey where I'm going to start this, and then proceed
it's a
to
stretch, but I'll
kind
take
of
it.
implement? Yes.
Additionally, for example, like
Argue.
if we can argue it, like I'm gonna give an example. You don't have to do this. You can roll skirmish if you want to say like, oh yeah, somebody was talking up about you and you fought for your own honor. I'm like, that.
Beat
I would
shit out
count
of them?
that.
Punch the shit out of them.
I feel like Gregor wouldn't.
I know, but I'm
Unless
just
it
saying,
was
like,
right
we can
by
be creative
him.
with the rolls. It does not matter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the survey.
Cool.
The stretched survey. So risky standard.
Yep,
No bonus dice.
correct.
3 and a 5.
3 and a 5. So we're taking the highest, right? You don't have you have a dot in survey?
Two. I
Cool.
have
Cool,
two
cool,
dots.
cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. So, yeah, you're looking around. From what you can tell, there's not a whole lot of people actually talking about you. You can kind of gather that the main attention you guys are getting is almost exclusively from the newspaper. So you don't have like a name going
those
around.
fuckers off.
You don't necessarily have a like name going around because there is no name to pass around quite yet. You have a feeling that will not be forever. What you can definitely do is like, yeah, kind of you can talk up like, oh yeah, I heard that the people in the news, like,
Yeah.
like from
That's
a
what I
friend
was
of
gonna
a friend
say.
of
Like,
a friend kind of deal.
I'll just sit in like a bar reading the paper and be like, kind of throw it down as I'm at the bar and just be like, I heard from a few people that they were just trying to do something and people got aggressive at them, man. Like,
So you
this
were at
seems
this
to be
bar.
talking shit.
We are currently at just kind of in media resing you. We currently are at the Hogshead, a fairly quaint little bar over in Midtown. Fairly small, just the kind of one bar counter and then like 3 or 4 tables with 4 chairs each. You're at the counter, you throw down this newspaper, you're like, I heard they were trying to do something good. Next to you at this bar, you see just kind of leaning on the counter, face over their forehead, or hand over their forehead. They're just like,
Oh no.
I'm sorry, who the fuck asked you?
Oh.
As they just kind of look to the side, this is a fairly larger man. You see, he's large. Then you look down at his stool. He is a very like muscular dwarf. Kind of beard goes down basically to his
Is this
sternum.
everyone's dwarf uncle?
He has a beard down to his sternum. His hair is kind of like this mullet that has a braid going down the center. And he's just kind of like fully turned in his chair to you, just. And who the fuck asked you? I've committed to the accent now.
Fair enough.
And who the fuck asked you?
Who the fuck asked you? We're going for it. It's horrible. We'll take it.
Can a guy not just
Talk to himself?
think out? Have I talked before? I just trying to start a conversation, but
With
by all means, I will leave you be, and
You
I
just-
start to get up and walk away.
he kind of points at the bar. No, come. And he's gonna like beckon you back.
I'm just standing up and as if I'm going to leave. So I'm not actually leaving, so I've stopped.
So it's like kind of like when somebody says a really bad pun and you walk out the door as a bit, but then come back in.
It's exactly it. Wait, I do that way too many times in this call, but yes, that's exactly it.
He said, no, sit back down. Look, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
What have I done?
He
just
looks
was
over to
talking.
he looks over to the bartender. Ale for my friend. And just kind of like slides over a coin as he pays for your drink.
This is
So-
Lauren or Eggs. I'm like, how do you social interact again?
So what's your angle?
I just kind of just
Trying to start
heard.
conversation, and that's what you pick? Last week's news?
I've not talked to a lot of people.
I can tell
I've just
that.
heard. I've just heard that these people were trying to do something good, and I've been seeing it because the news likes to stick to one thing apparently, and it's just bothered me that I've heard from a few a few just random conversations here and there that were trying to do something good, and they're being painted as not good people.
Were you
It
born
bothers me.
yesterday?
You must be there.
A little, yeah, you could say that.
Look, City's gonna do that. I don't know what to tell you.
The only way the Bluecoats keep their job.
Well, I guess it's good to know that it's mainly just the news against the people.
Oh, no. It's not, okay. When I say that, it's not completely. It's generally, especially when it comes to criminals. First of all, I want to say, very pro-crime.
Wrong bar to start this conversation. Okay.
But, you know, I mean, Pat, give me that. And he kind of like takes the newspaper from you. It was a lawyer, never mind, we're cool. And throws the paper back on the bar.
Oh dear.
Oh, they fucked up a lawyer.
So,
Okay.
what's these swasses? Multiple.
I
slipped to New Jersey for a second.
let's go.
That was Australian. Fuck.
I just, when I'm going around, I just hear all these conversations, or I did, I guess, if it was last week news, because Ix's brain is not caught up in anything.
I want you to give me any other role. I want to give you a second role here, whatever you want it to be.
I'm fighting with my skirmish only because I'm fighting with my brain to say the right thing.
Sure,
here.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay. 4.
You see, he kind of looks at you. He's like, "What parts of town are you going around?"
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Where did I say I worked for a while?
The docks.
Edge of Midton?
Docks. Midgeton Edge.
Yeah.
Look,
Excuse me.
tell you what,
Just
I will pay for another. And he kind of looks at the clock in the corner. It's noon. Pay for another 8 rounds if you could explain any more.
oh no. You're asking Ix to be smart in this point. Oh no.
It's not even a Gregor thing, it's an X thing.
If this doesn't describe how I am socially, I don't know what else does. This is no longer Gregor.
I
This
want
is
to say
back
also,
Ix.
this dwarf, insane. Like, this is not what a normal person would do. I want to say that just right up front.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and explain what I mean. Oh boy.
We got X turning into a tea kettle now.
Stop. Oh, how do I describe it? I literally I would go to work and walk home. What else do you want from me, my good man? What is your name, sir, if you're buying me all these drinks?
Henry.
Just wanna put alcohol in this dumb bitch.
Henry. Ethan. I'm
okay.
giving a fake name.
So I will say with
Excuse
that
me?
with that 4 on the skirmish, I'm including the lying into it, where he looks you dead in the eyes. For reference, 4 is a success with a complication.
Yeah.
So you see, he's like, Ethan, eh? Oh no, I think I recognize you.
Uh-huh.
No. Where? Oh
I'm
fuck,
just
I know
kind
you
of
from
subtly
somewhere.
hiding my shoulder. I'm hiding my other arm from him.
You worked Bulk Industries, eh?
I think so. This is me forgetting where I work.
No,
'Cause at
fully
this point-
no.
Oh fuck! Where did I work? Genuinely,
You worked
I don't think.
at it
Because I
was
don't think I ever knew.
Burnin warehouses.
Oh, okay, by the docks, right?
So Falk Industries is by the killing floor. It's like factories.
Oh. Which hold on, I need to see the map to understand where I am right
So
now.
the other side of town.
I'm not gonna lie about that part. I'm just throwing a random name out there because that's what I do at bars anyway. No, was by the docks.
Are you
I
sure?
genuinely- I've never seen anybody like me. There's no other like Goliaths. Not a lot of Goliaths anyway, right?
Is this a Marco question or a dwarf question?
This is a Marco.
Cool. There's not a whole lot of Goliaths. However, I will like you to just quickly like store into your brain. There's 3 out of 6 of our original party was Goliaths. So there's a
That's true.
reasonable amount.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Okay.
So at this point,
yeah,
he buys another round with the first one still full in front of you.
I'm gonna. I always forget, but I am going to start sipping.
Mm-hmm.
Start drinking.
How long are you going to entertain this dude? Are you getting your full 8 rounds worth?
Yeah, fuck it. At this point, he's such a character. Yeah, at this point, I'll just start shooting the shit after I start talking with him.
Cool.
Like, like once I do my explanation, I'm gonna say it takes about up to third round. I'm gonna then start shooting the shit with him.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll a d6. Right now, Ix, I'm telling you, this d6 is ours.
Yes!
You spent 5 hours at the bar with this dude. Dog.
Doggo!
You spend 5 hours with this dwarf as you share work stories, and you see like he shows you how he has 2 fingers fully gone from a factory accident. Like I cannot describe how stereotypical of a dwarf this guy is. Because as you're talking, you're realizing like, oh, this man works in a factory, owns his own blacksmith and does smithing on the side, like as a hobby. Like this guy, you think he's a character. Like Gregor thinks he's not real. Stream overlays. No, so it's a while. You walk out of that bar fully at like 5:30.
Let's go. I'm assuming this man frequents the bar.
Yeah.
If he leaves before me, I'm gonna pull the bartender aside, give him enough money to cover maybe 3 drinks because I don't know how much money I actually have for his next time he's over. Or if he's still there when I leave, I'm gonna
No,
pay
he's
for
still
his
there
next
when you
3.
leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for his next 3 before I leave.
Cool. Yeah, as you walk out of the bar, you have reduced some heat and made a new friend.
Let's go!
I
That's
mean-
how you
I mean-
make friends, people. You just start randomly talking.
You just be weird.
Just be weird. That's my next
Accurate.
t-shirt. That's my next t-shirt for
Accurate.
the campaigns. Just be weird, make friends.
Okay, double. I'm writing down every person we haven't seen so far. Every new person. So, who is up next? Any other burning questions? Do we have anyone who wants to do many people? Like, we could do a wrap them up into one if we want to do another scene.
Problem with Ben is that he has no clue anything's happened.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Ben, I'll do my first action at least. I'm gonna let's say that those last couple days were Ben just nursing his bruised jaw and
Mhm.
well getting it better.
Yeah, give me some of those healing rolls.
I don't remember how to do that.
You just press healing. The healing like word.
Oh. Number of dice 0.
1 die. Or no bonus die, but you have yeah.
Okay.
What are you getting?
Hmm?
2?
2.
Yes, so with a 2, you get 1 slot on your clock. As you kind of
Wow.
that's minor ice packing. Cressidae
No, actually, let's not even call that ice packing. Let's just say Ben's been about his business as normal over the last couple days, and that's just like that one single bar of healing is a natural healing his body would do
Cool.
over
Are
that
you
time.
keeping it at that, or are you gonna do one more?
We got 3 actions, right?
We have enough actions until I say we don't have actions.
I am not gonna do any further. Although I would. What did you say about Cressida there?
Yeah, Cressida would help nurse you as best as they could. You see, as you're
Let's
going
call
about
it-
your business, Cressida makes another soup. As there's just a chicken noodle like puree, like all the actual chicken bits are like finely shredded up, so you could actually eat it.
You have my thanks. It's
Well, of course.
there's only
Nope,
so
that's
much.
not the voice.
There's only so much time before Lyle realizes I'm stealing her food.
Look, I've said
Oh
this
my
again.
It's
god!
not
I'm playing.
it's offered to you.
I just realized who I'm fucking playing. I'm playing Galir.
I honestly don't know if
Not this.
that
not
got
this.
picked up by my mic because it was that spiky.
It did.
Not this. Not this. Please.
Cressida,
I'm so sad.
So wait, at this point, Alila, do you walk in on this scene if you're adding your 2 cents? No, all right. No, Cressida just kind of continues like,
I imagine this is a conversation we've had before.
oh, definitely. Look, I've told you this is your home, at least for like, as long as Alile pays rent, you're cool.
Yes, I am.
Also,
well
you're a
aware.
friend. You don't have to panic.
I am.
You're fine.
I am well aware, but you have
No,
to
it doesn't seem
understand
like you
that
are.
even though I do come from nobility and had pretty much everything already handed to me, even back then, I was never content to leave well alone. I always wanted to give back. I always wanted to be actionable. And now I'm forced into this position of not being able to do so much, and it's
You're preaching to the
it's a
choir.
matter of pride, honestly.
I can't. I came from a very similar situation as you. I'm out of there. I wanted to make it on my own, and I own this place. I understand completely.
Well, let it be known that while I do live with Lyle right now, and that I do greatly enjoy the care that everybody here has given me, I do not intend for your deeds to go unrewarded.
I have to impress upon you. I am being paid. Like, you are paying me to help you. Lyle is paying me to help y'all.
Yeah, and I'm going to pay Lyle back for whatever my portion of the rent is, and then I'm going to pay you rent for an actual room. That is, if you have rooms still open.
Let's focus on getting that job first. And then we can worry about that later. I'm not going to take money you don't have quite yet.
Well, I would stay, but I feel you'd start offering me expensive drinks, and I don't have that kind of money. Good day.
Yep. Yeah, and you walk off. So you've healed a bit. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna
currently?
save that for later.
Alrighty.
If nothing else happens, we'll just call it more healing.
Yep. Yeah. Give me another roll real quick then.
What roll?
Healing. Another healing roll.
No. I mean, if nothing else happens that I can join in the rest of this session.
Yep. In that case, Alile, what are we up to? Alile's not here right now. Alile is here. Alile has ran here.
Sprinting.
I was meaning Eunice, but Alile, now that you're here, Alile. Alile, what are you up to this day? Yep.
Making sure Discord doesn't fucking crash again.
Yep. Yeah. You know, I did say at the top of this session, I'm going to ascend to godhood because there was no tech issues. And I immediately regretted that.
Wow, I didn't know that's what you said.
My ping was at 500.
Are you being DDoS? Like,
It's not reached that high where I currently am. It straight up crashed once.
lovely. Are we somewhat stable right now?
We should be.
Cool, great. Let's get your stuff done now then. What's Alile up to?
She's gonna be spending New Year with her significant other.
Mm-hmm. So, party plans very late in the evening. Is there anything you want to try and get done today? Any preparation? Any stress reducing?
Relaxation.
Cool.
That fish took a toll on her.
While you're hanging out, are you doing it at the apartments or anywhere else?
In her house.
Cool. Let me actually switch back so I can remember what this fucker's name is. Do you know Bernie from Delilah's friend group? Or is Bernie a separate ally? The linguist.
Ernie. Oh no. I know him from somewhere else.
Cool. So he wouldn't know where Delilah lives.
He would.
So in that case, he is going to kind of just knock on the door in this case. Describe to me whereabouts Delilah lives.
Right around here. Close to the Verdancy.
So by the, I'm using the air quotes when I say city park. Yeah, so single detached, Midton's fairly wealthy, even though if Delilah may not be directly influenced by it. Yeah, he kind of knocks on the door. The fence, kind of like backs onto the back of her property, for the Verdancy.
Mhm.
As he shows up with a massive kind of like accordion of books under his arm. And he just kind of waits outside. You see he's tapping his foot.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
Oh, good, you're here. You know, I checked the apartment, and Cressida's like, oh no, she's not here right now. So I wanted to check. Do we have a table that I could put this on?
Yeah, there's a table.
Cool, can I use it?
Sure.
Cool. And he walks. He doesn't wait for you to move out of the doorway, but he's kind of expecting you to.
Hey, Delilah,
Yeah?
Bernie's here.
Does he need a table again?
Yeah.
Fuck. You see, Delilah comes down. I don't think. No, we have met Delilah. That's a lie. We did at Green Day.
We have not described her.
So yeah. Would you like to describe Delilah, or shall I?
I posted the closest thing to a miniature I could make in the Campaign 3 chat.
Okay, yeah. I do need to open that up.
It's in Prison Buddies. She's big.
Mhm.
She's tall. She's fucking built like a brick shithouse, and she's a minotaur.
Yeah. Just kind of the only real reason why she's
With
in
a big
this
fucking
house.
explosion scar over her eye.
Yeah. The only reason she's in this house in particular is because it's this kind of construction, only real type that houses her. Her horns kind of go out and then not necessarily forward, but kind of like curve up a bit more. Hair kind of swooped back in a couple like around the house ponytails. Explosion scar kind of like goes down across almost to her jaw. And is just in a casual, like, not necessarily night dress, but definitely like t-shirt and like jogging pants. As she walks down, sees Bernie. This is like the third time since I've met you. Yes, but consider I'll ask me to. No, this is relevant. Okay, not relevant to like what you guys are doing like this second, but it's relevant to what you asked me.
All right. Come on in.
Yeah. He
I'll
scurries in.
find a place for you to set up.
He scurries in. Takes you to a directed table. As
I'm gonna roll a stress relief now.
cool, go ahead. Delilah, this is my interpretation of her interior decorating. Very maximalist. Very like Owl's bedroom, but for various the gears and gadgets rather than more mystical things. From the actual rafter, there hangs a homemade fan with the propeller blades just being like corrugated steel. Yep, so you're gonna take 4 stress off. As there's a large kind of coffee table out around some couches. Okay, all right. Bernie lets go of all his books. They scatter around. So, you know that weird thingy, that the fish book. Yeah, I assume you do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. we we established that it wasn't a different language, it was a cipher. Kind of. Well, it was a different character, it was a different alphabet. And what I gathered, bestiary, full bestiary, if that wasn't clear, describes fish, wrong, bad fish. Here, and he flips over to the page you brought him specifically, the one of the wrong fish you guys fought, you and Lyle fought the other day, or you and Eunice fought. You are Lyle.
Eunice. You doing all right?
So, he opens up the page there. From what I can tell, and you see there's a like pencil translations under the letters. These only recorded to show up 20 years ago, maybe. Not like. And now, at first I was like, hey, weird eldritch fishy things. Wouldn't that happen around the time when the gods left? Because, you know, everything kind of fall into here, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the concept.
Yeah. You get it. But
It says the 500-year-old elf.
that was way more than 20 years ago. So something happened to bring these guys in, right? So then I was doing some digging, and you see he goes to the rest of the books. Here, so I talked to my old professor. And he told me I was technically trespassing, but I needed stuff. There was this one research dissertation about a guy being like, hey, what if we try magic without the gods, right? And from what he was saying, there was this thing where if you do try it, it's bad. But, like, bad in a bunch of different ways, not just, like, bad, like, oh, you'll die. Bad as in, like, not like the fabric of the universe is gonna destroy bad. That's whatever. I mean, like, every time you pull from something, that something gets closer. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It's like if you pull a string on a different side, the other side's gonna. It's like if he looks around.
Someone was not dumb enough to do that. Please tell me someone was not dumb enough to do that.
Fuck if I know. I was looking through some other stuff, right? And that was at least his theory. I can't tell if it was true. From what I could tell at that point, you couldn't really do magic. Like, it was a whole thing. It was a hypothetical on something that doesn't exist, right? And then I realized he was talking about arcane stuff. And arcane pulls off of different shit that I, frankly, don't understand. What I do generally get is that wherever these fishy things come from has a different type of thing associated to it. So whoever's pulling these fishy guys in did it recently and is likely still alive. And I feel like you would want to know that so you could change that.
Yeah. Like these fish specifically, or like the
category of these fish
as well.
Kind of like broad.
Wrong fish.
Wrong fish. Not necessarily fish too. There's other things, I assume. Not everything in the ocean.
Yeah.
Something salinity might be natural habitat. I do not know.
No, you don't know.
I read real good, but that's about it.
Thank you very much. Would you like to help us set up for the party later?
Okay, I just want to clarify just really quick.
Not a question. You're helping us set up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask a follow-up of like, am I invited or am I gonna get kicked out later?
You were invited last I checked.
And you see he looks at Delilah. Delilah's like, no, you weren't invited. Did you not check mail again? I told you I don't have a mailbox. I blew it up by accident. Well, not by accident. I did it on purpose.
I put the letter in your hand.
What did I blow up then? No,
Are
fine,
you-
yeah. I'll be here. I want to be here. I just want to. Didn't want to be like
Okay.
awkward and be like, oh, I'm helping set up on the party, and I gotta leave. Also, I'm really high energy today. I'm really sorry about that. I broke a thing wide open, and that's new
Yeah,
for me. I'm
okay.
normally bad at this.
I fully understand what you're going through. So yeah,
Do you need help with streamers? I love streamers.
yes,
Cool.
you can handle the streamers.
Great. I love streamers. And you see he goes
That
to
was
handling streamers.
Fucking adorable. You guys
Bernie
streamers, I
never
love streamers.
changed. Bernie never changed.
So
Zenz knows exactly the type of character that would be friends with a lot of
absolutely insane people.
Like attracts
Yeah,
like.
Yeah.
Eunice, what are you up to?
What?
Yeah. By the way, y'all are invited to this party. We're going to end the session at the party.
I think I'm also just chilling. Because
Are
unless
you-
anybody
are you
wanted
working at
something
this
from
point?
me, yes, but not but like if I'm saying like, I think unless somebody wanted specifically something from me, I'm just like generally like working on like some other people's stuff.
Mhm.
You're doing your
You-
job.
I understand that. Really, I appreciate it. You're gonna have to be a little more specific because I need to help you do that.
Like my regular clientele, like not
Cool.
people from this group.
Cool.
That's what I
What are you
mean.
doing? What are you making? And give me any sort of role you would like. Like what types of job does Eunice normally take?
Well, I feel like I had a word for this and I immediately forgot it. I think Eunice works a lot with like engines or like things that require like some type of fuel to work, basically. So anything that would like have an engine in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are currently working. One of your kind of like job projects that you don't do for yourself.
Right.
Is you are working on a. You can describe it as a motor, but really what it does is it's kind of like a well, it is motorized, so it is a motor. It is a motorized. What was it? What? Why can't I talk now?
Aha!
You're working for the trolley cars. You're basically developing a motor that can pull the trolley car by itself.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right now, it is either manual labor by people physically turning the wheel,
Mhm.
or it's done versus with animals. Like goats are typically used on most stations, and then like smaller
So you're
things.
going to modernize the trolley system.
Yeah.
That's me.
You are one of the couple engineers they've contacted. They basically are getting like a couple designs from everyone, and then they'll work with somebody later. So you're doing like a full prototype on this. You
Uh-huh.
know, if you get this job, it will change your life. So as you're kind of putting this together, give me any role you would like.
Okay. Let's see. It'll probably be Tinker.
Yeah, you have the ability that
Most
just lets you
likely.
win a bit more when you tinker.
Yes, I win. I win. Blades in the dark. I have 3 dots. I got a 1, and then I got 2 6s.
That's a crit. Two
Yeah.
sixes, that's a critical success. As you are putting together this machine, it kind of hits you immediately that this is going to be a very, very large scale. And you're kind of thinking like, oh, a lot of people are going to be showing up with a prototype that maybe pulls something like this big. You're like, fuck it, I'll do it to scale the first time. It takes
Go
you
big or go home.
a long time. Like, this is gonna be like a multi-day thing. You're just getting a good start on it.
Yeah.
Right now you've got the most of the casing of it. You've already planned it out. You know what's gonna happen. At this point, the only real, very slight hiccup is physically sourcing the fuel to make it go. You got it. The internals are amazing.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
very confident that
You make your
you
own
can make it
ghost.
work,
No, what?
but you just don't have anything to make it work.
Yeah. But you know what? That's okay.
So come for later.
As you're working, the same old, cranky gnome lady, the engineer, walks up to you. Whoa, that's big.
Oh, that's nice, dearie.
What is it? I mean, I get it. It's an
Yeah.
engine, but like, what? For what?
for a trolley. You know, the ones they usually power by hand or goat.
I think you are onto permission to add something. And you see they have this massive grin on their face.
Like something like
I mean, it could be their fin. They could be a triton.
The fin on their face. No, this gnomish lady is like, I'll be right back. Runs over, like physically sprints around the shop to grab her equipment, runs all the way back, and you see she is carrying a large kind of you don't know what exactly it is, but it is this large metal brick you see with a bunch of heating coils along it. Can I?
what is that? You just like normally would be like, yeah, sure, but like this is really important and like I don't want you to break my shit.
You see the face alight on this gnome as if you asked somebody who's like currently doing a dissertation what their research is. As they immediately are like, okay, so I don't know if it works, first of all, putting that out of the way. It heats the air around it, right? It superheats air around it and then uses the steam to power things.
And where do you suppose that would go?
Well, you see right here, and you see they fully stick their head in the hole of your motor, looks up into it. So right here you have you have like the thing, right? The actual the drive shaft, right?
Yes.
The thing that turns to make the motor. Just if you don't know, I don't know a lot of actual words in English or common. So
That's
the
fine.
spinny
Yeah,
thing,
I
the
understand
spinning
you.
stick, right?
Yes.
You have it hooked up to you don't have anything here right now, is what it looks like. But if we put a turbine here, like a fan, right? We put my thing right in the middle, and then it goes, and it makes a steam, and it turns the turbine, and then it goes. Now the thing is, slight problem. This my thing, my superheater, does need to be connected directly to the city's power grid.
Okay.
Now that's why immediately you're like, hey, trolley car, the city's okay with that. Typically.
Given the city is the one running it, I would fucking hope so.
I think Eunice just sits there thinking for a second, and then instead of going to the actual engine itself, pulls schematics of it basically.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, how about we can work on that on paper first, perhaps. I think it's a good idea, but I
agree.
We have to
with the
change
paper.
a lot of stuff. Right.
Thing with the paper is that this thing doesn't have paper. I just kind of make things, and I hope they work. And typically they do. I got a good ratio. I got a 70% success rate.
I believe you. Maybe if you would let me, or we can together go through and we can take it apart and maybe just ascertain
Just
what,
put it together.
and then we can put it back together and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
Yeah.
I started working on this and I don't.
No, I get it. I really do. It's just the problem is slight issue. If we take it apart, I don't know if I'll remember how to put it together.
That's the reason that we reverse engineer it. So
but
we
I
take
already
it apart
engineered
and
it. Why do we have to reverse it? It's engineered. It's here.
So you can make more.
I done did the good engineer thing.
Well, I don't understand how it works.
You're not a good engineer.
I don't understand how it works, and that would help me understand how it works, is if we took it apart and I could see what's actually making it work.
Fine. As she immediately pulls the screwdriver out of, not even she has a full worker's apron with tools on it. She pulls it out of her back pocket, and you see the pointy end was down. You see, fully her pocket had a screwdriver sticking out the bottom of it. And she starts turning a screw to take it apart. So, with that, oh, by the way, I'm just gonna ask you one small thing. Over the course of you guys working on this, are you ever gonna ask her name?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
I think we've had enough.
She gives you the name Louise.
Louise, oh my gosh. Okay.
So, with that, do we have anything else we want to do today? We've gone through player at a time. Anything we want to do together, or any preparation for our next thing, whatever that might be?
Do we know what our next thing is?
I know Ben wanted to.
Oh yeah, Ben wanted to
talk with Gregor.
Chat with Gregor. But he always wants to do that.
And I ran away.
He's been wanting to do that for 16 sessions.
Gregor's like, I am not here. I'm not here.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm gone.
So, at
So where is?
at 5 o'clock, Gregor gets home, fairly reasonably buzzed, after hanging out with Henry for 5 hours.
6.
6. Yep. Like 5 and a bit. So at that point, Ben, if you are still at Cressiday Apartments, you would be there when Gregor steps in.
If you're talking, we cannot
Yeah,
hear
it's
you.
cutting
Just
out.
FYI.
Yeah, you're lighting up, but no audio is coming through.
I have a feeling he said, "Oh shit."
Bro.
That did light up an oh shit, didn't it?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, we can hear
There
you
we
now.
go.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Is the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That delay really makes me hesitate.
Oh.
Oh no.
See, we don't hear a hesitation from you. Like we'll talk to you, and then you pause for a second. So I don't know what's
Well,
going
that
on.
is a delay.
Yeah, that is a
Like-
hesitation.
But not.
Because my
But
my
He has
ping
not a-
is 16 right now.
oh boy.
Yo. Well,
Hey, so
Discord's having
what
fun
I
today.
just said
Mm-hmm.
What I just said was, "Hello, Gregor. I've stolen some wine from Eliel. Would you like to join me for a drink?"
He's buzzed, so you can tell he's a bit more like open to things because that's usually what happens when you have a buzz. He just kind of looks at you.
Why
Yeah,
Lyle,
fuck
though?
it.
Why not just get alcohol from Cressiday? You're already at her apartment. What?
Because
How much
Lyle's
is
out of the house.
Yeah, fuck it. Ugh.
All right. Now, I understand your hesitancy to share with your past, especially if I'm to understand it. It's a bit of a traumatic and unsavory kind of remembering. So, and Ben pops open the bottle. I thought today, if you wouldn't mind, for us to perhaps get to know each other, I would share a little bit about myself, and if you'd be so inclined, you could share a little bit with me. I will not. I'll not be offended if you wouldn't still don't want to share, but I figure this is the first step to us properly opening up to each other.
Well, I'm gonna take the glass. I'm gonna tell you right now, my friend. There is not a lot to share. I
Yes,
have
but-
had maybe 2 flashbacks. What would I call them?
Yeah, flashbacks,
Flashback.
visions.
Flashbacks.
Visions. That's what I was looking for. I couldn't think of the word.
Yes, but what
But-
precious little you have, I am to understand it, is of great import to me. I believe the person that you saw in one of your flashbacks or visions, per se, was my own sister. And she is a person of great import to me due to the fact that I have no clue where she is, and that's a big problem because I just spent the last 200 some years of my life actively saving her life.
Huh. Sorry.
No, that's very Gregor. Like, go ahead.
I mean, I wish I could help you, but there's not much I can do. Like, I saw her twice. I think because I only had 2 visions, right? 2 or 3.
You
Very
had two-
minute ones. 2, yeah, and one of them definitely had her. The other one was
The other one was of the 2 bone amulets and it.
that's right. Yeah,
That is
I've
fair.
only
However-
seen her once.
Oh,
Best
that
I
is-
could do is keep an eye out.
Fair
There's
enough. However, I do believe you might have a little more, which is why I intend to share with you about my history, because I have memory of you when I was a very young kid. And Goliath very much aren't that long living, and while I would chalk it up to ancestry or lineage of some type, your resemblance is frankly uncanny to your ancestor, if that's what they are, huh?
Okay. I'll take a sip.
See, I was born at a very young age.
Oh my god.
That is a very elf way of describing history,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Story of my life.
I was born at a very young age.
I was born.
But-
Gregor just fully under the influence.
That's how that fucking works.
I'm just getting drunker and drunker.
But we'll skip ahead some 100-some years, 200 maybe. I was born under the noble lineage of the Hearthfeather family.
I was born under the zodiac of the star.
If that rings any bells to you, we were a family of nobles. Had some dealings with minor necromancy, but mostly just the leaders of a city, large town known as Alneo Ravina. However, that did change when I was in my early 200s. One night, our family was some people I don't know. They accosted us during the night in our own home. My mother and father died in front of me. My siblings, most of them taken away or slain. It was all I could do to. I used the entirety of my magic to protect my sister. I pretty much used my whole essence to become a spell of sorts as a way of warding her presence against those who would seen her harm that night, to protect the last of my family I knew was still alive, and to protect the city as a whole, so that there could still be someone to run it. During said time, it was strange. I wasn't alive. I had turned myself ethereal of sorts. Basically, kind of a ghost of sorts for 100 or so years. Even after the gods had died, my magic did wane, and my ability to stay as a spell just greatly plummeted. But I feared if I let go of that, I would simply dissolve into where the rest of the magic of the world went. But a time came where that was forced into necessity, and when I let go, I didn't go into magic. I had returned to the
He did not go quietly into that good night.
and now I am here. I've been searching for my sister. My first attempts was to find some old friends of mine, the Crosses. They were a good family friend of the Hearthfeathers, and I was put in jail because of the dead one.
Side note, who were the Crosses again? Were they an NPC family or were they a PC
Vincent
family?
Cross is the guy who brought
Vincent Cross. Okay. Okay. I couldn't remember. Gotcha. Thank you.
It has been in Earth time, like 4 months. So like I understand.
I don't know, it had been 4 months, but
I mean, like 4 months in our like
Yeah.
since we started our
Yeah.
campaign, pretty much.
It's like the main guy.
Look, I've never claimed my memory is good, guys. We all know this.
Nobody did.
So you
In
might
fact, I have
understand,
claimed quite the opposite.
this is very prudent to me. Yeah, you are the sole evidence I have of my sister's continued existence.
I do understand that. But would your sister... So you became a spell,
In a
That-
sense.
Huh?
in a sense.
Not the quite correct way of describing it. It was more that I cast myself into oblivion so that all of me could be used to be a ward of sorts. I was kind
What?
of in the world, but not as a
So
ethereal being.
but if you were a ward
What?
to protect her, how are you not connected to her?
Because magic is no longer in the world.
In case you didn't notice, magic it's gone. It's not here anymore.
He has no
My-
recollection of magic. He didn't know it was a fucking thing.
But yes, we have some games. It's dead.
So
See, when the gods left, so did magic. I persisted as a spell for several years after the fact, but the fact of the matter is, my continued existence as such was increasingly waning at a great measure. I could have gone on indefinitely in that state. However, due to magic no longer being a thing, my time was now limited. I thought my letting go of it all would destroy me in essence entirely, but to my surprise and I'll admit delight, I am still here.
do you recall where you last saw / felt her? I don't really understand the magic thing, but that's
It's confusing to say. When I was in
It's
that state,
magic.
when I was in that state, I was able to traverse the world around me, but it was all in a warped and unrecognizable state. I thought I had picked up an apple, but when I bit into it, I had bit into limestone.
okay.
Basically, he was high for a couple hundred years.
Valid. Do you remember where you were when you came down from the high?
I was not high. I was in a different state of being. Best way I
Yes,
could-
but do you,
Yeah, many people describe it that way.
do you remember where you were when you, I guess,
was-
came back?
I was outside the city.
And that's been 4 months.
No. That was some 30 odd years ago.
Okay, so she's probably a lot further than I thought she was. Okay. I again wish I could help you, but as far as I know, I've not apparently seen her since.
Vana Hothfeather is a brash type. She had a bit of a inferiority complex. See, my family was very gifted in magic. I was a skilled necromancer in my time, and it came quite innately to all of us. However, Vana never was able to tap into that quite as much as the rest of us. She had developed a bit of a social isolationist sense to her and a very rude demeanor, as if she thought everybody was looking down to her, even though we all loved her dearly. She would do a lot to get her own way. However, she was not at all skilled at manipulation. Any ringing bells to you at all?
Zin.
Zins?
No, I'm here. I'm thinking.
Mr.
I feel like I should always state, like, if we're ever doing
Hmm.
flashback-ish talk, just jump in and say, roll something.
Yeah. Currently, I'm gonna say no. None of that
Okay.
does ring a bell to you in this moment.
All good. Just wanted to double check before I answered. I can't say it does. Like I said, I've only had 2 visions and I've only seen her once. and that was very brief. If it's the person I'm thinking, because I don't think you've shown me a picture of her yet.
We bear a striking resemblance.
Okay.
She was shorter. Her hair is quite like mine. However, she had it styled a bit more effeminately.
Yeah, she's. I've only seen someone who looks like you once, and it was so brief. I literally, maybe not even a 5-second sort of thing, and I was just looking at a group of people. And that's as
Who else
far
was
as
in
I
that-
got.
Who else was in that group?
Someone who looks like you, Elvish. Are we going with the original 3 that were from as players?
So you saw you
A
saw
tiefling,
an
an elf, and a
elvish
goblin.
lady that looked quite like Ben, a tiefling with horns going almost straight up and kind of curling, and a small green lady.
So
Are goblins no longer a thing?
Not that Gregor would recognize immediately.
I would assume that they're like, it was not very rare, but pretty rare when Ix was alive.
Yeah. Not to mention that Gregor currently
Has
in your
4
state,
months of memory.
yeah, would not know how to articulate it.
Just a small green lady with pointy ears and
Are you
dark green
talking
hair.
about? You talking about a goblin?
I
My town-
guess.
Goblins.
My town
I've not
actually
seen one since I can remember.
All New Ravina actually dealt with goblins quite a fair amount, actually. They were
Fucking who?
the town from Campaign 1, All New Ravina.
I don't
Orloff
think
also wasn't
Mariana
here
was
campaign
here.
1 for a lot of it.
Yeah,
I was not here for campaign
she
one,
was
bud.
not here.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was only me, you, and
So there was-
and
Cold was there
Yeah.
for the latter.
There
half
was
time.
this
yeah.
there was this town in Campaign 1. It was called Alni Ravina.
Y'all burnt down something there, didn't y'all?
No, that was the different town.
No. Vinas
I don't
Ravina.
believe you.
They did that in a lot of places. We actually never
Yeah.
saw Elni Rovina in campaign 1.
I guarantee you
Okay.
Vinah burnt something down there. No. That's
Yeah, in
kinda
her
like-
past 100%.
More than 100%. She definitely did. Maybe not in all new Ravina, like that
No.
we've seen, but like 4 other times in the campaign.
Vinah's backstory is that
So,
she was kicked out of
Zins-
Alni Ravina for making deals with goblins.
Zins, is this campaign just seeing how many war crimes you can fit into one city, as opposed to spreading them out throughout an entire continent?
Oh, it's still
See,
spread
that
out.
was-
It's still
that
spread
was-
out.
Okay,
Don't get me
okay.
wrong.
That was not his choice, though. That was ours unintentionally, mind you. Half of them.
I
I'd
had
say half
very
of them were
little agency in the
unintentionally.
war crimes.
I'll have you know that I crushed that guy's skull in on purpose.
I don't think that's very.
But
Some only
You
ate
know
like
why? He had
80
the crime-
people.
His crime was that he was a little rude to Ix.
I mean, in the long run, he was a lot more than rude. But you guys only saw a little rude, so.
And I think it is for the best that they only saw a little bit.
Those are burned.
But,
Oh,
Uh,
Vinah actually didn't crush his skull in at all. His
Sorry?
head just did that.
Sorry,
He
is
also burned his business down.
Yeah, and also almost killed multiple people staying there. But we got
Oh.
those guys to safety.
That
To be
wasn't Vinah
fair-
on the list at all.
To be fair,
Oh yeah,
he
you
was
guys were a
never
brothel. What am I
alive.
saying?
No, see what happened was his head just exploded and set fire to the inn. No.
Anyway,
Moving
I mean,
right along.
I've never actually seen a goblin, so I can't say that I know exactly what they are.
It fit your description. If you remember that, I'm all but
You
certain.
saw a goblin.
Tiny green people. Got it.
Yeah.
Small, green, hungry child.
They are quite
Um,
easy to pick up, actually. They're surprisingly light.
Like a football.
The actual eggs, like me eggs, is like. But I know that the joke is there. And anyway, good to know. I feel like if you did, they would kick you.
Oh, well, that's kind of probably why the reason you're holding them in the first place. To stop them from kicking you, so you can throw them.
Like a football.
But wouldn't just picking them up bring them closer to your any more vital parts? And if they have
Oh,
weapons, can they not just hurt you?
I'm
Not if you do it right.
we're getting beyond the points.
He's not hammered, but he is definitely a lot. See if we've just been drinking that wine.
Fuzz.
So
Let me
he's
know
getting way off topic. That's
if you
also
would
just me being tired.
remember anything about the three of them at all. It doesn't have to be my sister. If you recall anything about those three, it would be a great deal of help. Anything I could use. Do you happen
Now
to know
you can
where
roll
you
something
were?
X. Roll whatever you
What
want.
am I rolling?
You choose.
Ew.
Fighting your brain again.
I will pull that. I will.
No,
I
I'm
will
telling
stretch
you
that
right
into
now
my-
that has worked and only worked once.
Excuse me. The only thing I can think of is a tune. Not that I have anything in it anyway,
Yeah, go ahead. Fuck
but
it,
a
find out.
tune. Just because, yeah, fuck around and find out. Risky standard. 3 and a 3.
You don't remember any about those three. You with a 3, which is legally a failure.
Legally a failure.
As you try and remember things, you're looking back. Even or odd?
Odd. Mariana, no!
As you are trying actively to remember things, you aren't reliving it, but you have unlocked something. As you're not immediately tranced out, when recalling, you remember vividly you fully with 2 arms, first of all, that catches you off guard. Both axes in hand, as you stare across a field that is stained red. And
Oh, God.
your axes and your hands are red with them. You do not get much more than that.
I feel like not trance out. I feel like
You can definitely react to it. Like,
yeah. No, I was gonna say like almost like going to wipe something off my
Absolutely
hands because
zooted.
that text sensation just would freak him out. So he would go to like wipe both hands and then miss his
and
other
then
arm
miss
completely.
one. You kind of like kind of tap the prosthetic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I have the prosthetic on. Yeah. I can't think of anything else. There's nothing there. It's all black. There's nothing past. It's so we're 4 months into the campaign.
No, 4 months into real life campaign. That was me being like, we as a party, as a people playing a game, have been here for 4 months. The actual game. So from the start of the game to the end of it, what we have played is half a month.
half a month, so it's 2 weeks.
No,
There's
4
nothing,
weeks.
and that's what I meant. Yep.
Yeah. Months
Got
are
it.
weird. It's been
Let's
4
go.
weeks, and you have been conscious for 2 months
I think I
before
said
that.
was it 2 months? I couldn't remember if it was
I believe so.
about 6. I vaguely remember 6, but I also just like the
Let's
number
go with
6,
6
so
then.
that's probably okay.
Yeah, so you have memories from 6 months ago.
Past that, like the earliest one I have is waking up just by the docks. Nothing really past that, other than the last few I've had. But that just feels like a memory, doesn't feel like a time.
Does nobody here remember you at all?
Nobody has said they have, other than you.
I'm really sorry about that.
I mean, water off a duck's back. There's nothing. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a new start. Nobody can know you if you don't know yourself. So you figure it out along the way. I'm just sorry I can't help you more than that.
Do not apologize. Ben stands up. I'm going to hug you now.
Okay. Pat.
Usually when I do this, the person who is receiving is much shorter than me. Do not
I can
think
sit
yourself
down if that
inadequate.
helps.
You fucking wish.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Do not think yourself inadequate, Gregor. I consider you, even beyond your capacity for remembering the past, you are a great person.
Once we disconnect, I'm gonna pat him sternly on the shoulder and be like, "Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it." And I will let you know if I remember anything else.
Do not strain yourself for my sake, okay? Please.
All right.
I know I have come across as insistent lately, but
Well, now that we've talked it out, it's very understandable.
I will still apologize. I did not mean to put you under undue stress.
It was more the fact that I didn't really realize that there was a lot more going on than anything that freaked me out, not necessarily. So, you're all good and we're all good. Now, if
Very
you
well.
don't mind, I'm gonna go sleep off this buzz I got.
It's physically
Right.
6 p.m.
Please take the rest of the
Shit, it's New Year's. What do I do now?
please
You
take the
pregame.
rest of the bottle.
There's plenty of
Pregame.
getting drunk later.
If Alio finds out that I took this, I fear what she might do.
Huh?
Wait, what
Find out
was
about
the
what?
first little bit of that? I'm sorry.
Are you giving it to him?
Are you
I
just
said-
giving me the bottle?
Please take the rest of the bottle. Please.
I'm
Not
gonna
framing
take it
Gregor.
and like
Not
do the
framing.
whirlpool thing in the bottle that people down things with. I'm gonna down the rest of it.
Cool.
Whoa.
You gave him the rest of what? What did you give him?
Have you seen people when they like try and drink something really fast? They'll spin the bottle enough to make a little tornado, and then they can
Yeah,
just
no,
down
what are
it.
you talking about? Ben,
I'ma
what
do
did you
that.
give Gregor?
The rest
I
of the
gave
line.
Gregor the rest of the bottle.
Oh, that's fine.
Not framing Gregor.
So, with that,
He wasn't
Cole.
gonna get me drunk anyways.
So, Alistar, Eunice, Alile, do we have anything we want to either do mechanically or ask about, find out before we head to the New Year's party?
Yes.
All right.
There's one thing I need to do. The other thing I can do.
I have an action I'd like to take before going to the party as well.
Cool. Alistar.
Alistar is gonna go meet with Legs.
All right.
Legs.
Do you try and send him any like notice, or are you just gonna try and find him?
I will just try and find him, I guess.
Cool.
Because I'm going like straight out of the church, so we'll see what happens.
Yep. So I am gonna roll 2 die. High or low?
Hi.
All right. So no matter what, I'm going to take the die closest to what you asked. So I'm gonna try and get the high one. So the double 2.
Should have gone low.
You try and find legs, and it occurs to you legs has only ever found you. If you want, you can try and go towards just kind of a lot more generally seedy places if you want to search them out by hand. But he hasn't given you any information to go off of.
Be that way, legs. I will try to send him a notice of what is the term for meeting in a. I'm gonna send him notice that I want to meet up with him to talk business.
Cool.
There's something I need to do.
You do know, Ricky, spelt the worst way, has been ferrying notes for you. So you could absolutely try and scout him out, hand him whatever you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Alistair, I have a question.
What?
Like before, I'm gonna do your thing. Don't worry, I'll get you. Oh. And you see, he kind of like rubs the top of his head. No, wait, don't go. I have something. Oh, yeah. I've been told you have a really cool blow dart, and I want to know how to use one. Where would I go about getting one?
I don't know if it's really cool. It's a pretty standard bow dart. If you want to get one, you can probably make one. The easiest versions is just a tube of wood. So if you can get like some.
See, you see, he shows a slash, like a pretty deep slash across his hand that's bandaged. I was like, I tried that. Turns out I'm not good with a saw.
Okay, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
I know someone that's good at making stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk to
Mm-hmm.
Eunice and we'll see if they can acquire you one
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have to hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Eunice is the tall, colorful hair, right?
Correct.
Cool. Yeah, I like her. She's nice. Yeah, I
It's
could do
very
that.
nice.
You see actively like this is a new wound, like it is a recent wound. As you see, it is currently bleeding through bandages, and he just kind of grabs onto his other hand to like put some more pressure on it. And you see at this point he has tucked the letter under his armpit so he doesn't bleed over it.
I just fingers to the bridge of the nose. Go see someone so they can stitch that up for you. You know what? Go talk to Lyle. Lyle can stitch that up for you.
Yeah, but okay. My mom was like, "Oh yeah, don't bug Lyle the next little bit because I've been bugging her so much recently." And it's like, "Oh, she has other things to do other than look after me." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get that, I do, but like I like bugging her."
And that is absolutely fine. And Lyle cares about injured people that she likes. I think she likes you. So, just
I mean, I would hope
go
so.
talk to her.
If I didn't like him, I'd probably tie him up and leave him with his mom.
Just go talk to Lyle so they can take a look at your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
I didn't have any other questions. More just ow generally.
Go.
Okay.
Now.
And he turns and walks away.
Protect him at all costs.
Is there anything else you would like to do with this time?
Ricky!
The other thing is concerning allow, so we can do that at the party. That's fine. You can go.
Absolutely.
You can go from there.
Mhm. Alile, you had another thing.
Yeah, this is gonna take place before today.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the fact that I needed money for a project?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for an assassination job or two.
Cool. Give me a consort roll. This is gonna be limited effect.
2 6s.
All right, that's a crit.
Hello,
You-
baby. What are you doing?
where you going? Are you do you have any normal like usual haunts for this sort of stuff, or do you have one person you go to?
I had a few usual haunts, but I'm not sure if they're still in operation. It has been quit. So I'm going to check there, and if I don't find anything, I'm going to go to other locations that I know this type of shit happens.
Cool. While your usual haunt is in operation, very very rundown. When was the last time you did a job like this? Was it 20 years ago?
20 years. Ish.
So from what you can gather, I'm assuming you're going at somewhat of a darker hour and not like bright daylight.
Yeah.
The criminal time.
Yeah, no, the time for crime. Noon.
You come to this place at 10 o'clock, and you just kind of walk in. It's not a bar. It is kind of like a billiards club almost. Got a bunch of different pool tables. There is a small kind of like dry bar in the back. And mainly there is some offices up top. There's a couple that you know very well. One of which is Decker Investigators. Which is at this point, when you were here last, they were new on the job. Like they had a freshly painted door. Now you're just
20
kind of,
years.
now you're just kind of looking at them like you look at this sign.
I would
like
like
these are
to point out that I am blind.
yeah, true. You are aware they are here. Assuming that they are still here. They are 50-year-old PIs. And
Yeah.
you could just kind of, as you're walking down this hall on the second floor, you smell a very deep stench of whiskey and just pure throw up.
That's about as I expected.
And you go over to what is just labeled as Lorraine Accounting Services. Lorraine is
Lorraine.
LOH apostrophe RHAIN. It
It's
is
Lorraine.
an Elvish last name.
You don't say. I'm fairly certain Ronetic is more dwarvish than elvish, but It's honestly probably drow with the way that I came up with it.
Yeah. So, you know Donna Lorraine to be accountant. You just walking on in, you're knocking. What's up?
I'm gonna knock, but I'm not gonna wait for her to answer.
Oh yeah, you walk on in. You see somebody who isn't Donna at the desk, or you sense not Donna rather.
Yeah, no higher.
You hear this very unenthused man. From what you can tell, like very gaunt, dark hair that's cut very short. you can vaguely smell the gunpowder of a gun under his arm, in a kind of like underarm holster.
Hmm.
No, I'm not a new hire. Who are you?
I used to do a lot of work with Miss Donna.
Hmm. I don't know how to tell you this, but Donna's been dead 5 years. Sorry if the
Makes sense. She was
news
getting pretty
hasn't
long in the
come
tooth.
across. Yeah. Um,
Meh.
it's a bit awkward.
So who are you?
Her nephew.
Pleasure meeting you.
I
Name's Miss E.
suppose it's pleasure. Holds out a hand. He introduces himself as what was his name? Let me give me a second. He introduces himself as Ramon.
Nice meeting you.
You as well, I suppose.
You still running the same business center?
A type. Not exactly, of
What?
course.
That's why I'm here.
You here for exactly, or you here for general?
I'm gonna need some clarification out of game.
He is being as vague as possible on purpose.
It makes sense. Can I like roll something to? Fuck it, she would probably know if I'm being honest. She has worked in this field for damn near 500 years.
Basically, what this dude is saying is, he's telling you that he has work, but not the exact same work, and he knows neither of us are gonna say what kind of work it is, and it's not gonna be exactly what you expect. Like, he is being extra cop worried. Like, he is not
Depends on
saying
what
a
it is.
word on purpose. Now,
General.
General, cool.
Hmm.
What's the stakes?
I'm tight on cash for a project I need, and this is pretty much the only job that I know of that can get me that much money that fast.
Looking for one or more?
Don't care, however much it takes to get me what I need.
Valid.
Hmm.
You see he leans back, opens a drawer, goes through a little
What's the
like a
Rolodex?
Rolodex. Depends on the job. He pulls out
That's fair.
three folders and flops them on the table. Closes the drawer. Take a look at them. Take your pick. We can work it out.
Now, I want you to say that again and look at me.
Yep. He takes the folders back, and reads the general like the general kind of idea. As he reads aloud, loan shark. Closes it, puts it back on the table. Debt haver. Puts it on the table. And he opens the last one. How morally flexible are you?
As long as it's not someone I care about.
He opens it, turns it around knowing it's useless, but kind of pushes it over. I don't like giving jobs like this. and he kind of taps on it. There is a witness to a crime. This witness is under 18.
I can see why you'd be uncomfortable with that. What crime did he witness?
Not sure. Wasn't actually given.
Fair enough.
People asking for this sort of stuff don't exactly share a whole lot.
Yeah, they didn't realize I got that rusty. Alright. How much are the first two paying?
We want to know the whys. Next door is the investigators.
They don't take too kindly to me.
A sneaking suspicion. Not a whole lot of people in the city do. You're in my office.
Fair enough. How much do the first two pay?
Three sticks. He goes to the loan shark. Goes to the person with debt. 2. And he has the last one, the witness. 7.
Ooh.
Morally flexible is typically motivated.
So how much did I need for that project?
Let me double check. You need 10 for this project.
Okay. So doing some simple math. I do that one and that one. I can get it knocked out.
Is that what you want to do?
I'm gonna take a look at all of them before I make my decision. I'm gonna get like actual information if you can shoot that over to me. Because I'm imagining that me collecting this is my current downtime action rather than me doing this.
Give me any sort of role you want. To find more information on your own time about them.
Alright. Fucking. Let me check what rolls I can make. Let's go with survey, I guess.
Sure, roll them.
That seems like it's
realizing how late it is.
Yeah.
All right. Don't get a whole lot of information. You vaguely know the loan shark. You just know him because of friends. Friends worked with him, had a good experience.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
So, what'll it be?
I will. I will. Let's go with the number 1 and number 2.
All right. You see, he takes the 2 files.
I'm gonna go after a witness. I'm gonna want a bit more information.
Kind of labels it with your initials of just Miss E. Takes a little stamp, puts it on the right side. You see there is a corner on the left side that is a you know it to be a basically like a pass fail. Like was this completed? Takes the files, put them in a separate drawer. Takes the 3rd file, puts it in the first one.
These will probably get processed maybe by tomorrow, day after.
Assuming you know what to do. No, I'm not.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously the proof.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe you knew it under Donna.
What's your policy?
Personal item. Don't need anything bloody or in bags. Bring me a picture.
I can do that. Picture of them?
Ideally. Anywhere they
All right.
are, they got something. Now, if you don't mind, you're quite unsettling, and you could leave my office.
Have a nice day.
You as well.
Yay!
Eunice, do you have any last things you want to do?
Just one thing. I think that Eunice has seen the way that Alistar has been going around, and at some point I have just like provided him a cane.
Cool.
If he chooses to use it, that's I guess.
Do not expect him to use it.
I didn't. I totally didn't. Yeah, and don't expect um don't expect Eunice's feelings to be a little bit hurt.
Alistar appreciates the sentiment, but these are the consequences of his own actions, and he just deals with that shit his own way.
that's so true. I see that.
All right. So, any last across the board? Any last actions we want to do before we meet back up at Delilah's?
No.
I think I'm good.
No.
Ixurban, any last things? The staying muted gives me a no.
We can assume no for now.
Geo's always purple.
What?
Okay.
You are super low, bro.
Yeah, I didn't hear
That's
that.
because I'm super far away.
I heard it, but I
Oh.
don't understand what you mean.
Where are you going? Why are you far away?
All right, I'm back.
Any last things I said before party?
No.
Okay. Gregor? No? Cool. So, unless, was there a Discord that said they're back?
No.
Cool.
Mm.
So, what we are going to do is we are going to meet up at Delilah's house. Alile, you and Bernie have been helping her put everything together. It's not super decorated, but fuck, is there a lot of streamers. I just looked at the quotes chat. Fuck. Yeah. So, as we all congregate, how are we doing after tonight? Gregor's pre-gamed. Ben, how we feeling?
Ben didn't even drink out of the wine glass.
Cool. Alistar, Eunice, how we feeling after today?
I believe the key word is obsessed. And I will grab a glass of whatever alcohol is available, and I will go try and find a Lyle and be like, "Yeah, I want to ask you something."
Zins, what's the alcohol tradition for New Year's?
For New Year's in Lionsbrook, it is something that is very lovingly called tar. Tar is essentially you take molasses and you let it ferment forever.
Just rum.
Forever.
Yeah. So it's a rum, but think of like
Forever.
Big
of
rum, but
rum-
he aged it for another 50
yeah,
years.
rum as if it were moonshine.
Oh
My
god.
immediate thought was rum if it was a sourdough starter.
Honestly, that's not far off. Think of it like, you know those like everlasting
awful.
soups and like in like medieval taverns? It's like
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
it's like
God.
that but a keg. It's like it's kind of generally understood that there's one like brewing house in every neighborhood where they're in charge of keeping the keg like stable for the year. And you just kind of keep
Rum
adding
and
shit.
barrels begin to deteriorate between 30 and 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a rum that's been aged and is also part barrel.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like
Very woody.
the
The flavors.
the family that
Oh,
takes
my
care
tongue.
the family that takes care of the actual tar is that family for a generation, and then it moves to somebody else in the neighborhood.
Yep.
So
And everyone else is drinking that, whereas I'm drinking that cut with Everclear.
remind me
I was
what
planning of
Everclear is.
cutting mine with something else.
I don't know what Everclear
Okay.
is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Everclear is just moonshine.
No. Moonshine is fucking what is it? 96% proof?
Everclear goes that high.
Somewhere around 99 or
Yep.
98, I
Lovely.
think.
You're drinking hand sanitizer?
Yeah. So
Didn't we have this conversation?
in case you didn't pick up on it, one of the many benefits of everything going on with Eliel is she is incredibly resistant to several types of poison, one of which being ethanol.
So it says here that Everclear has a 190 proof variant, but 190 proof alcohol is illegal in some states in the United States, so they started selling an 189 proof Everclear.
That's so funny that they're like, hey, guess what? We're gonna go one under. The
Guess
Price
what?
is Right's the law.
It's not what you said. It's not what you
Say,
said. It's all
If
legal.
it works, it works.
There's a hold of that, and we're like, oh, we can fix this easy.
Yeah, if it works,
so
it works.
Y'all have your own drinks. At this point, other people that showed up, we have Bernie there, we have
All drunk
Delilah.
in tar flutes.
We have Bernie there, we have Delilah. Who else did we invite?
Fucking Eliel's friend group, and y'all were allowed to invite 3 other people if you want.
I brought my snail.
Brought your
the
snail.
Funny question.
That's the +1.
+1.
Alistar
Sure.
doesn't know 3 other people that is not already here.
I invited Alistar.
Fair enough.
That he would want to have at a party.
Guys, do I invite
Yes.
Henry? Do I go back and invite Henry?
Bring the
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That would be
Use
so
a
funny.
flashback mechanic to invite Henry.
Look, Ix has been like zoned out. Work's been
Valid.
crazy, so I didn't realize we could invite 3 people.
No, it was never
And-
explicitly
She
stated.
never said that.
So
Just
it's
now.
Established.
Then yes, flashback mechanic. Fuck
Sure.
it, we're
No
bringing
stress.
Henry.
No stress. I want this to happen.
You
You
know-
Remind me again, because as stated, my memory is shit.
Mr.
Henry's-
Open Wound, was he invited already?
Ricky, the child.
Yes. Yes. I'll tell him to come along just so he can see Eliel so he can get bandaged up properly.
Can
Cool,
we
cool.
get the
I was definitely here.
Can we get Jonas here?
Yeah, if you guys want to bring Jonas, you can bring Jonas. He's got nothing to
I
do.
want to bring Milchik.
Yeah. So,
Now, if there's one thing I know about these kind of parties, Jonas, is that there are many young and eligible people that you could meet at these kind of gatherings.
are you trying to set me up?
What the fuck are you
I'm gonna
talking about?
cry. I'm gonna cry real soon.
So at this
actually.
point, just as a recap of everyone's coming, Cold Alistar is escorting Ricky so he could get bandaged up.
Correct.
We have Gregor bringing a dwarf he just met. We have
Real shit.
we
Hey, that's
we
his
have
husband.
Eunice bringing Melchek, for those who weren't at the case file, is a black market fish dealer. This very like blonde hair, like around jaw length, like maroon kind of duster jacket, described by Luna both in and out of character as a sad man. And then we're bringing
Not in
Jonas.
character. I never said it in character.
And then
He
Jonas.
did say described by Luna.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
No, I did say in and out of character. That is my bad. And then Jonas, somebody who we helped investigate his uncle's death like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
hey,
Everyone just brought their little guys.
he
Hey.
does make sense though.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
you're
no.
forgetting
100%.
someone very important, Zins.
And the snail.
Everyone,
Lord,
everyone just brought their little guys.
why can't I remember his name?
Lord
Barglemuth.
Bartlemus.
So, as we all congregate.
I'm like genuinely upset that I forgot his name.
As we all congregate, Alistair, you had a question for Lyle.
Yes. Allow. I need a favor from you. If you want monetary
need?
compensation, I will give you monetary compensation for your time. I
Say
want
the
you
thing
to teach
first.
me everything that I don't know about ghosts. It doesn't need to be right away. It can be on whatever like downtime that you have.
Everything, or just everything?
Everything that I don't know specifically.
That's a lot.
I don't know what you know, though.
And that is how an open discussion works.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand what you just asked.
I don't. Which is why I said I will compensate you monetarily if I need to.
No,
run into
that's
a-
not what I'm talking about.
I've run into a problem of a similar note.
My family, for generations, has been studying and dealing with ghosts and specters. We're elves. We live for a long ass time.
Around 1,000 years, give or take, a couple hundred.
Yeah, it's less so now, but you understand that I can lend you a few books, but this is gonna take a lot of time if you want to know everything.
That's fine. We'll start with the basics, I guess. Work from there.
All right.
Lyle, something I noticed earlier today that could be a particular issue. It comes along the lines of tutelage of sorts. I don't think Gregor knows that much about magic.
Gee, I fucking wonder why.
Well, obviously it's no longer a thing, but like I was explaining him simple concepts, and he was just not understanding.
What'd you start with?
Well, I was talking about how I turned myself into a spell. And talking about like the ethereal plane and all that. Like, you know, well, I know turning myself into a spell is not easy to grasp, but like the ethereal plane and basic wards and stuff like that.
Sir? If you did not know me, how would you feel if I walked up to you and said, "Hey, I'm surrounded by a whirling cacophony of specters at all times"?
Oh, well, I mean, my family was necromancers.
I understand that.
This conversation has gone nowhere. No progress.
Anyhow, I just
You-
found out that
You do know that it
Tar.
took people like about 1,000 years to figure out that. Oh, hey, there's more than 3 planes.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Anyhow, I just found out that tar was still being made, which was a thing when I was a kid. Which that's great. You don't see enough of that nowadays.
Nice. Yeah. Mhm.
One of
Um,
the only traditions to survive that long.
as this is
Yeah,
going on,
it's
you see Melchek and Ricky talking.
oh
God.
god.
As you see, Melchek is currently like on a chair, kind of like leaning
What the
back.
fuck is Ricky doing? What the hell happened to his hand?
Yeah, he needs
Melchek
your
kind of
attention for
waves
that.
over to you. Hello, he needs medical attention.
You don't say!
What?
As he's holding his tar flute, and he's sitting in the chair, like it's a full armchair, right? And he's sitting like on the bottom with his legs off the arms and his body like leaning back over the
Oh
arm.
my god.
He's holding the flute beside like
love
just
him.
in his one hand. As he's talking to Ricky, being like, I can get you somebody to get you a blow dart. Like I got people.
Oh my gosh.
Check.
Ah?
Hey, Melchek.
Maybe
The kid asked a question.
I get that. Let's get you patched up, Ricky.
Before I forget, Ricky, when's your birthday?
You see, he's like immediately looks you dead in the eyes. Let me actually pull up my calendar system. I forget it every fucking time.
What if he just says today?
No, I'm not gonna be mean and have everyone forget his birthday.
Look, I don't even know my own
Look,
character's
but
birthday.
The
Never
question is,
like.
did any of
Neither
us
do
ever
I.
ask him before what his birthday was?
No, nobody.
Exactly.
Maybe
So-
Lyle might have. He looks at
He
you.
might
I
have.
just met him 2 weeks. I just
Looks
met
at
him
you
4 weeks
dead
ago.
in the
so I have no
eyes.
idea.
Being like, oh, it's the 6th of Liza. It is in 6 days. It's basically the equivalent of January 6th.
6th of Lizo. Okay.
Lyse, Lyse.
Oh,
I-
so
Oh,
You
I
know,
would
you
like to
raise-
point out that I have known Ricky as long as he's been alive. I am friends with his mother.
Yeah, you would know his birthday for sure.
yeah,
You know-
I'll just turn around. Eunice, I need to speak with you.
you raise a very
okay.
you raise a very good
Uh,
point with that. See, I'm not familiar with
Hey.
the new calendar system at all. I have no idea when my birthday is anymore.
No one. I don't think anybody.
I don't think it really matters for us, Ben.
It'll
You gotta
matter
count-
for
gotta count, like-
us as characters.
You
Yeah.
see,
count like every 50 at least. You know, little big celebration.
50, yeah, but you just pick a random fucking day during the year, don't you?
Fair
The
enough.
elf mentality.
Bro.
All right, everybody. Tomorrow's my birthday.
at this point, Henry goes up to Melchek at this point, being like, "So, what's your deal?" And for the next 30 minutes straight, Melchek begins to both describe the business he had burned down days ago, and then describes what his current deal is now, i.e., trauma dumps.
Oh no.
As you see, he and Henry are just in deep conversation.
Oh my gosh. They're probably for each other,
Drunk off their
guys.
ass.
I feel like genuinely Melchek is not. I feel like Melchek is completely sober. Just traumatized.
He's not touched his guitar yet. He's just like this.
He is, really.
Elia, these might be the two saddest people I've ever seen in my entire life.
You have not met my cousin.
Oh boy.
Strays. You catching strays. So, do we have any other conversations or interactions we want to have with either NPCs or each other.
Let
All right.
me roll something real fast while y'all discuss this.
I want to be let in on this. What the fuck are you rolling?
It's determined.
You don't get to know.
No, I do need to know. Actually,
There you go.
reverse card on the DM.
luckily I'm the only one
There you
who
go.
does need to know.
You
Nope.
can find out after the roll, after he decides
Yeah.
if he wants to whiff the roll.
Yeah.
So, Eunice, question: how long do you think it'll
Yes.
take you to make a blow dart?
And is it 6 days?
5 days, because we want it ready by the 6th day.
And is it 5 days?
I would like to point out that y'all are just talking about the darts, not the actual blowgun.
No, he's meaning, but
No, the gun.
I mean the actual blowgun.
Like the one that you have?
Just one in general. Ricky wants one. I was thinking, why don't we get him one for his birthday?
When's his birthday?
6 days.
Oh.
Which is why I asked about the 5-day limit. I will
Oh,
assist you
okay.
as best I can.
My birthday's tomorrow.
You're an adult, you're an alcoholic. We can just get you alcohol.
Ben sets his drink down.
Shots fired.
Well, I'm never drinking again. I'm going to bed, everyone.
No. Ben said you hurt his feelings. I guess. I guess.
You can do it in one day, really.
Yeah, but it's just like, damn, I had like plans and shit, but okay.
So, Zenz, I sent you a little bit of information.
I got so much shit going on, but you know. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'll pay you for your time as well on this.
So
Yeah, if I rolled 2 6s, it was going to be the other way around.
Oh, fun. Any last interactions? As we got a blow dart or a blowgun requisitioned.
Expedited request.
Can I make that last healing check?
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is that good or
Wait, what
bad?
happened?
no.
Wait. Oh my god.
Is that another 2?
No!
I rolled a
No, it's 2 1s.
double ones.
Another fucking snake eyes.
Okay,
Interesting.
so you heal 1 block.
I'm glad critical failures aren't a thing.
Critical failures while you're healing is
Critical fail
insane.
healing.
I will
Critical
say
fail
that.
healing.
He got too
It just
drunk to be able to
reverses.
heal properly.
Yeah.
I have 1 wedge left.
It's like
You're
that
almost there. Okay,
sometimes.
healing takes time. Minty.
It's a bruised jaw.
So, anyone else got anything?
I think I'm good for now.
No.
Not on my end.
Ben?
Ben's asleep.
Cool.
No, he actually
Fully
did
went
go to
to
bed.
Where?
Happy New
is the
Year.
question. This is not
Passed
your
out in
house.
an armchair.
I'm going to assume that there's not a guest bedroom here at all.
Don't you live in this
No.
apartment, or
This
does
is
Alana live in
Delilah's
this
house.
spot? Okay,
Yeah,
this
we're
is
at
This is Delilah's house.
gotcha.
There's a couple coaches.
Ben is not in the party. He's going back to Elile's.
Oh my god.
That is like
Just
several
please.
blocks.
Yeah, that is a different borough. Like,
That's
Wait,
fine.
where are we?
Leaving.
we're in Midtown.
Whose house are we at?
Somewhere around
Delilah.
Wait, we're at Elile's house.
Delilah's
Delilah's
house.
house.
We're
Oh,
at
Delilah.
Delilah's house.
Mhm.
Sorry, it kept cutting out, so I could never hear it. Sorry.
Delilah's girlfriend.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
So with Ben walking home, I'm gonna cut to him real quick.
I don't know why everybody thinks he's drunk. He didn't even drink the wine at all. He drink guitar.
he brought the wine to get Gregor drunk so he'd actually talk.
That is so.
So Ben,
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah,
As-
like that's kind of messed up.
Sorry.
Listen, he was gonna drink it, but he got too invested.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah, that's true.
As we're walking home,
Surprises.
are you going just straight there? Going anywhere else?
Well, if like he's gonna go like a reasonable route that doesn't attract trouble.
So you're actively going out of your way from being spotted?
No, but like he's not gonna try and draw attention to himself.
Cool. As you're walking through, as you're about to actually cross over onto Bridgeton, you hear a whistle at you as somebody's trying to get your attention.
Ben turns and looks.
There is a kind of bigger guy. Not guy, sorry, it's a bigger gal. As they have hair shaved on one side, kind of flopping down on the other, kind of like dyed red at the tips. Rounded ears, fully human, large, like a very fit woman. Full suit, little red bow tie. As they walk up to you.
Good day.
Good day. I have an employer that would like to meet.
Me specifically?
Yes.
Pray tell, for what reason?
From what I am told, your recent exploits in the news has gathered some attention. I am not a blue coat. I want to say that up front.
Ben has the ability to detect any lies.
Because of course.
Yeah, that's just a thing you
If
can
you're a
do.
cop, you must tell them
No.
you're a cop.
This person isn't lying to you. They're not a blue coat.
Am I being pressured into this at all?
No. No. Not right now. Obviously,
Any lie at all?
Nope. Obviously, I'm paid to help you come along, so I would highly advise it. No one's forcing you.
Will there be any danger to me if I go along with you?
Not unless you slip and fall. That was sarcasm, for clarification.
Yes. Any hint of lying at all?
Nope. You see they fully lift their coat jacket, revealing a full gun, puts it back. Won't have to use it. Just so you know, I am armed, if that puts you at ease. I'm aware,
Very well.
in hindsight, it probably puts you less at ease. But just so we're completely transparent with each other.
All right. Give me your name and I will follow you.
Rebecca.
Pleasure to meet you, Rebecca. Shall we go?
Absolutely. Lady Hearthfeather will be pleased. And she turns and walks away.
What?
With that, we're gonna cut back to the party.
As soon as you brought someone up, I was like, no fucking way.
We're gonna cut back to the party. At this point, we are coming down to the clock. You see, Delilah has this really old, not old, sorry, an extremely new but run down clock. The kind of like big grandfather clock that has been taken apart and put back together. countless
Real life.
times.
At least 5 times.
Real life.
At least 5 that you were actively present for. Like, this is one of her, like, stress coping mechanisms, is taking apart this specific clock.
Better than me.
And as we are clicking down, everyone's got their flutes. And Delilah is just going to very casually nudge you with an elbow, allow. Just gonna kind of like slip something out of her pocket, just kind of very casually put it in front of you. Not saying anything.
Gonna take it.
As it is a little velvet box. We don't have to right now. I know I'm gonna be. I don't know half the people here, so I like you're not comfortable with anything. I also want to. You don't have. I don't want. Like,
I'm gonna give her a big fucking hug.
Yeah, she just takes it. And as the clock strikes midnight, a new year has begun. We're gonna end our session here.
Yay!
So.
By the way, if you were wondering what I was rolling for, it was this.
Mm-hmm. So, we are going to end our session. Thank y'all for playing. Thank y'all for watching. It's quite late if you have not seen. So, for my players, we got some stuff going on. We have some goals. We have some very large events happening. Stares at Ben.
See, Ben is about to die. He just doesn't realize it yet.
Ben's about to pass away.
Zins, I don't think you understand. I was like, please let it be. Please don't let me be reading into it. When you said Lady Hearthmother, I was out of my seat. I was on my feet. I was so happy.
So,
if you would mind informing me what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means
Ben's
either.
last name is Hearthfeather.
Okay, that's
You
what
know
I
the
thought
sister
it
we
was.
were talking about?
Yeah,
With our part?
it's,
She's still around.
yeah.
My goodness.
Vanal, was it?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh my god, I'll finally get to see what she's like maybe.
And if
perhaps.
anybody in the stream hears the word Vana and think, oh, like the character from Final Fantasy 14. No, I named her after the character from Final Fantasy 12, who was also who's also the one that. So when I made Vana,
yours.
Speak on
Vana
it.
was the name of a character in Final Fantasy 12. When I made Vana, that was it. But then in Final Fantasy 14, they named a very, very major character Vana, as in she's literally the god of the world. and it's like, okay, now every mention of Vana is going to be put in the context of Final Fantasy 14 Vana and not Final Fantasy 12 Vana, even though I named my Vana after 12 Vana and not 14 Vana. I'm very upset about this.
Minty, I'm not gonna lie,
Amen.
anytime I hear Vana, all I can think of is the precious character you made. That's all I will say.
Thank you.
I don't know Final Fantasy, so this is not
That's exactly me too. But
So,
every time I just think of Vana every now and then. She lives in my head rent free. That's where she's been for the last 200 years.
She stole that part of your brain, is now living there.
okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, this is what Vana from Final Fantasy 12 looks like.
Zins, what were you gonna say?
quickly, yes. What I want everyone to do, and I strongly encourage it. Obviously not in this voice chat.
Oh.
Let's see what we're doing next session. I want all of y'all to tell me either A, a personal goal you want to try and do next session, or B, what we are heisting. If at all.
Personal goal is figure out what the fuck.
Well, of course, yeah.
No way. I already.
Well, obviously.
Oh,
Ben's already
Yes,
figured
I'm
out.
very cold.
Eunice, do you want cash or do you want some other form of
Cash or
payment?
credit?
Cash or store credit.
Yeah.
Yes, store credit. That's crazy.
For this context, it works.
I
Yeah.
know, and I'm upset about it.
I'll let you think on that.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
All right,
Tough
and
decision.
with that, we are going to end our session. Thank y'all for watching. If you are watching, thank y'all for playing. I will see y'all next week.
Bye! I can't wait!
Peace out.
I'm actually so excited! Like,